Ladies, gents, and other kin, the major part of the Divine event has now begun, because Afterlife Adventure is the castle event where we can get 2 new divines, or technically an old divine and a new divine, and a new dragon. So, Hogwarts says, interesting tidings, my young trainer friends. Can you guess what they are? Please don't say space-time rift. Please don't say space-time rift. Oh boy, it's another space-time rift, isn't it? Is that, like, supposed to be my response to new divine events? Indeed it is, and this time an unusual friend has shown up to deliver us the news. I don't believe I recognise this beastie. I do, it's the Anubis dragon. Eliza and I met at the Golden Pyramid. What have you come to show us, old pal? So yes, the Anubis is a dragon that at one point everyone used to, talk about as sort of a big meme because he was kind of terrible, but he's actually pretty good with the void buffs that came out a little while ago now, like a year ago, or half a year ago. So Anubis is actually a pretty good divine, and he is the level 7 reward dragon. The level 6 reward dragon is the brand new cherry worm dragon, which, kind of a plain guy, but I don't mind him too much. But the major reward for this event, along with all of the divine tickets that you can get, is CHRONO APEP. So CHRONO APEP is an interesting divine. He looks kind of freaky, not gonna lie. I do like his crescent shape on his tail, however, but this Chrono Dragon, like most of the Chronos, are pretty good. They might not be like Freya, they might not be like Hathor, but they're definitely dragons that you want to be getting a hold of. And so we need to go through each of these levels, and you'll see that level 5 we get 100 divine tickets, level 4 we get 25, level 3 we get 15, so we get a very substantial amount of divine tickets through participating in this event. So, as it's a regular castle event, we have to collect points, by doing these specific quests, so collecting gold, collecting food, breeding dragons. We'll do those in a minute because they're nice and simple, but we will enter level 1. So I really don't like the look of this place. Why are those statues' eyes glowing? No need to be afraid, Ned. The Anubis dragon will protect us after all. It led me safely through the underworld. Yes, I will trust the big scary dragon who dragged you to the underworld. How do I always get caught up in this craziness? That's a good point. Why would you trust someone that drags you basically into the land of the dead? I don't know. What's that awful sound? Twang! Oh, hello you two. I've been trying to get this dragon to sing along with my lute, but it just doesn't sound right. That's one heck of an understatement. Can't you cut it out before our ears fall off? Cut it out? You can't censor my art. Insolent whelp. I feel like I died a little bit saying that. But yeah, we get to take on Osiris here with our Anubis dragon, who will, obviously decimate this place. Ha! If you don't like my sound, I'll go practice elsewhere. I wish I had an actual item to make a big twang noise for. Unfortunately, I do not possess one. So how weird. The Osiris dragon is supposed to judge people's souls. Is it saying the Dunkelvanking is on to something with this terrible tune? It may be a great judge of souls, but it's a terrible judge of talent. I don't know what the Osiris dragon wants, but I know I don't like it. Wow, that is so very offensive. What if he wanted to get into musical school and now you've destroyed all of his hopes and dreams? Huh? That is just not cool. I have not bothered to check which one is cheaper here. I'm sorry, I normally have to open up both on level 1 anyway. Level 1 doesn't really matter, everything's super cheap. So we go through it anyway, but we can't actually progress to level 2 without getting a little bit extra because we didn't find the key in chest number 1. So we'll have to go ahead and do those quests, and it's weird to see a fight. It's weird to see a fight on level 1. Or at least, I think it is. But either way, we're going to go ahead and do some of the quests now. We've got one piece for Chrono APEP, but we've got collect gold, collect food, and other stuff to do. But on top of that, let's not forget that we also have a dinner time event going on, which will get you bonus divine tickets as well. So make sure you're participating in that event before you do anything related to the castle event. And as we are in castle event period time, I will remind you that it is a pretty bad idea to try and breed legendary dragons and such, and just not putting in long food timers, things like that. You've got to remember that if you put in long timers, you are going to be basically destroying your chances during the event. So you really don't want to be going for the legendary if you can help it. Don't go for the Dragon of the Week for the first couple of tiers. Just breed some lowish timer dragon to get you about the 200 points. I don't know. Whatever works really for your schedule, because you can go for the Dragon of the Week, but if you get those like high 20 something hour breeding times, it can hold you back a bit. But for the first couple of tiers, try and keep the breeding times low, and then as you go on, I tend to use the demonic as my breeding goal dragon, because it works out quite well with the amount of points that you need to get. And what else have we got? Winning battles. Let's go and use our auto battle tickets as well. So if you've got VIP benefits, then this castle event becomes a lot easier to do the win battles quests, especially in the later tiers, because, you know, as you get onto the higher levels, you will have to earn more points because they up the cost of the levels every time that you go up to the new one. So if you've got instant win tickets, this is a lot easier. If you don't, then you would need to hope that you have the max amount of portal gems that you can saved, because otherwise you're probably going to end up missing out on a lot of battle points later on. But there we go, we got those points. So let's go ahead and finish off level 1. So there's a battle here, and let's beat him up. Let us beat him up. One hit wonders. So there we go, that's 100. We'll open it up, we get the key. So, looks like the Anubis dragon found something. No, I don't want to play fetch with you. Looks like you two are getting along great, but we probably shouldn't play fetch with that key. It will help us get deeper into the temple. Aye, that's what they were playing fetch with. Yeah, that's not a good idea. It's like hot springs in space-time? Tell me you're seeing these gravity-defying pools of spring water too. I sure am, and I want to take a cosmic dip. Think I can outdo my cannonball splash radius record? Splash radius record, I like that. So it looks like I won't have to stop you this time. The Anubis dragon seems to be doing a pretty good job of keeping you on track. That is true. Is this an old map? This looks really similar to an old map. It might be a bunch of old maps thrown together. They've done that before. Tweedledee! Oh, it's you two again. Come to rag on my art, you Philistines. Or is it Philistines? I actually don't know. Please correct me. Actually, no. You're sounding a little better now, Donkey. What's your secret? This powerful dragon showed me some patience and kindness, and suddenly my sound changed. Let me show you, hatchlings, what I've learned. Wait, he calls people hatchlings? Am I the only one that finds that a bit odd? Hatchlings. I don't like it. Twang! Ugh, you made me break a string. But that Hathor dragon believes in you, and it's a divine dragon of love, so that must count for something. Maybe you'll write a dragon girl. Perhaps it's telling me to write a love ballad. I need to go think. Wait, it's not safe. Ugh. How come nobody ever listens when I say that? Hello? Are you listening? Is anyone listening? Poor Ned. You ever feel bad for Ned? He got refused in love, and now he's just getting ignored. Feels bad, dude. So here we've got like a little oval going on. And we need to think about this strategically, because we can do this for cheaper. You'll see that going left here seems to be cheaper than going through the right-hand side path. And since we've got these battles to do, we can completely ignore going on this right-hand side path if we're smart about it. You know, we've talked about this before. I think it was last Divine event. But essentially, we can go off to the right here, and it will save us points in the end. So you don't need to waste your currency on these two tiles there. I'm sure it'll make sense if you think about it. It's pretty obvious, but if you want to progress in the event as quickly as possible, which you should, because if you're on a higher level, you can earn more event currency, then you want to be going through the levels in the best way that you possibly can. Not wasting any unnecessary points, not wasting your own time. So it's important to try and think of these things ahead of time. Normally we use the DML Wiki's maps to help us out, but I don't believe the wiki has the maps on their site yet. So when they do get updated, I will encourage you to take a look at them. because they tend to also post what the required elements are for each level as well, which is also super duper handy, because then you know what dragons you're going to need to use or prepare. So you've got an even set of dragons, but you've got some dragons that don't have upgraded abilities yet. Super good to know which ones you have to prioritize upgrading first. Of course, that's only with a relatively small amount of people, because most people already have their dragons at level 6 if they're going to use them. But not everyone, and that is the important part. So here we are at this part. On the right, it seems like everything on the right is more expensive for whatever reason. I'm just going to go down this way, even though this is probably not the cheapest, because again, I have not checked these layout costs yet. But always try and go down the routes that have fights, or the sides that have fights, because if you can do the fights, you don't have to waste your hard-earned event currency. So always try and go down the routes where you can do the fights for them. If you can't do the fights on a particular level, that's going to suck, and it's going to cost you a ton of extra, especially on the later tiers. But hopefully you've got enough evenly leveled dragons to make it work out, hopefully. Not everyone does. I remember when we only had Andy available, and it was painful. It was very painful indeed. But we can essentially get up to that point in level 2, basically open a singular chest when we've collected these few creatures here. So let's see, are we that lucky? Let's open it up. No, we're not insanely lucky today. Oh well, look, I was not expecting it out of the first chest. It would have been nice, but I was not expecting it. But we've got tons and tons of chests to go through, and we have 25 pieces of Chrono APEP to collect. So you want to move through the levels as fast as you possibly can. Don't open up every single chest on every single level, because you need to be moving through. And wait, do we get 10 divine tickets for finishing this level? Oh yeah, we do, don't we? Yeah, it tells us there. I'm an idiot, I thought it was 5 again. But you want to be getting on to level 7 and then finding the key that has the chest with Anubis in it, essentially, with the key in it. So try and go through as fast as you can, and then you can open up the rest of the chest when you go back, and you got tons of extra event currency from going through all the levels. Then it is really bad to open up every single chest on every single level as you go. Just go through, speeding on Zala's it, do it as fast as you can, and see what you get. So that is the general gist of this Afterlife adventure. I'm sure people will be getting tons and tons of divine tickets out of all of this stuff. And hopefully those bonus 100 tickets are the thing that pushes you over the edge and gets you Osiris, gets you the Deco Dragon, whatever you need. I hope that you manage to get it. I hope that you don't have too many duplicates, because having tons of duplicates is just really, really annoying. But at the same time, at least if you have one duplicate, then they might come in handy in a future event. But ultimately, let's be honest, everyone wants these pieces. They want the divine pieces, don't they? So we're at 72 out of 120. We're probably not going to be getting Osiris, but I've already accepted my fate. I don't care anymore. Give me singular pieces of Chrono, Seth. Don't even care. But, you know, I don't know how much I'm enjoying this totem for the amount of value I'm going to get out of it. Ugh, I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake, even though it was quite cheap. And speaking of totems, if you want to add another totem to your decorative item collection, then if we go to the promotion section, there is also a Chrono Seth shrine, so we get these for all the castle events where they generate a very small amount of event currency every hour. This will not be the thing that wins you the divine event. If you want to buy this, you're essentially buying it just because it looks cool. The bonus 168 capacity, 7 per hour, is not going to win you this castle event. It might get you quite a nice little extra, but it's not going to be the thing that wins you the event. The thing that's going to win you the Afterlife adventure is logging in consistently, making sure you fully deplete the points in every single reset. If you do that, you're probably going to be good. If you can't log in and you're going to miss a couple of resets every day, this is going to be a very tough event. A very tough event indeed. And even if you say get really lucky and you're already on level 3, remember, these events get really tedious on sort of level 6 to 7. They take a number of days. We've got 10 days all up to do this event. But level 6 and 7, they are not easy. They are just, well, it's either... I guess you could say it's basic, but it is very, very annoying. Having to do the same things over and over again till the day you die. But I guess that is just what we've grown to be used to. So, for now, those are all of the new events. Let's also not forget that there is bottomless dungeon stuff to do, but I will probably gouge my eyes out if I have to do that right now. I'll do it in 10 minutes after a break. But for now, good luck. Make sure you're logging in and getting all the points that you can. But until next time, I will see you then.